Monday Night Football, Ravens and the Saints. Let's go. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Craigman, aka Cash Cake, back with another NFL Prize Picks video. We got Monday Night Football here. Got a lot of injury news here. Big one here. We're going to have some tight end value that we can talk about. And yeah, we're just going to dive right into this thing. I'm going to do like I do usually. I'm going to go through most of the players, kind of talk about them, give you some stats, hopefully help you in your decision-making process. And yeah, we'll just dive right into it and jump right in and talk about each and every play. There's like 3 or 4 plays that I love. I don't love this game all in general, but there's 3, 4 plays that I do love, and we'll get into them here real quick. So let's just dive in. All right, prizepicks.com is up here. Again, we got the Ravens and the Saints here. We'll just, again, kind of go through all this and talk about some of the favorite plays I do like. And there's some situations I think we can take advantage of here. So one thing that we can look at with here with passing the ball with Jackson, he is going to be without Mark Andrews, which is big. You know, that's one of his favorite targets that he hits. You know, on the wide receiver side, you know, Duvernay's going to be his number one target there, but he throws those tight ends a ton. So, so looking at the line right here at 210.5, he's only cleared this line in once out of his last 5 games. If we kind of look what the Saints have done, they've only allowed 208 passing yards per game, 19th in the NFL, 112 rushing yards a game. So they've got a really good defense here. Now, Jackson, you know, is a whole different animal, right? You know, but like Tom Brady, you know, Tom Brady only threw 214 against these guys. The line was at 310. We go back to 198 against these guys. And, you know, Miami throws the ball a ton. So I would lean, if you're going to lean, if you wanted to touch these guys, I would lean under on Lamar Jackson. Again, with having Mark Andrews there, not saying he can't, you know, throw the ball to the likes of still some of his tight ends. He had really good with Isaiah Likely last week or Josh Oliver, but it definitely hurts him a lot, you know, not having Andrews out there. But yeah, looking at this, and even the 2 lines, you know, the 3 games prior to the 5 when he missed, he only had 218, 213, and a massive 318 against Miami. But yeah, they've done really good job at holding these guys throwing the ball. So I would lean under on that one. Andy Dalton at 230.5. He has only cleared this in, I believe, 2 of the 5 games he's played. The line was at 238.5, so it's got pushed down a little bit. Cincinnati put up 525 yards. I mean, Joe Burrow did last week. Just massive. Aaron Rodgers, 268. I'm just going to stay away from Dalton here. He likes to check the ball down to Kamara. I just don't think I need to go there. So if I was going to lean anything, I would go Lamar Jackson here. Is kind of where I would lean. Looking at rush yards, not sure I enjoy either one of these, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a spot where I really want to touch. I think if anything, I would look at Alvin Kamara at 60.5 rush yards. I think that's where I'd probably look at, but I don't love it, right? If we kind of look at rush yards from Baltimore, they don't allow a ton, 97.5, ranked 27th in NFL, so they don't give up a ton of rush yards. 266 in the air. So, and look at Kamara. He put up 62 last week. You know, 99, 103. He's had some big games, but it's a spot where I'm just personally going to stay away. Leonard Fournette only put up 24 yards against these guys last week. We look at Nick Chubb, did put up 91. Barkley did put up 83. But it's a spot I'm just going to kind of stay away. But if I would lean one, it would definitely be Kamara. Lamar Jackson, I don't think rush yards, I want to go there. We all know he can put up 100 at any time. If we kind of look at the Saints, they're ranked 18th, getting up 112 yards a game on the ground. And he might look to run a little bit more, maybe for this, you know, not having Mark Andrews out there. But again, I would lean the over, but I don't really want to touch him. Same, and with Kendrick Drake and Dalton, no thank you. So basically it's Alvin Kamara, but I like his receiving numbers more. And we're talking about reception yards. Absolutely love this 36.5 for Alvin Kamara. As long as Dalton's out there and he's going to continue to check the ball down, I'm not going to get off this. This is just too low of a number for the amount of volume he's going to get. I mean, We looked at the last 2 games. He's put up 96 and 58. Fournette had 34 yards last week out of the backfield. White had 24. So you combine those, it's 58. I think he puts up at least 60 here. I think this number is stupid low. And it's just a spot where he's going to continue to check the ball down to him. Receiving yards as well. Likely's probably my second favorite here at 40.5. Again, with no Mark Andrews out there, he's going to be, targeted a ton. Put up 77 yards last week. Only played 68% of the snaps. Caught 6 of 7 targets. I think we're going to continue to see 8 to 10 targets out of him here in a full game with Likely. And Oliver's going to play it back at tight up and roll. So if you want to look at that, I don't mind that as well. Looking at that. But Likely at 40.5, I do like that. Kamara's my favorite by far. Not going to really touch these. I would kind of lean under on Olave here. I don't really love it. Duvernay, I'm just not going to guess there. I know he always likes his tight ends. I would stick with these two. Receptions wise, again, Kamara is just, I can't, it's just too low. I like the 4.5. You can get out on the books, but 6, 6, 7, and 9 completions over his last 4 games. And we're getting 7, 6, 9, 9, 10 targets. So you have to love over 5 receptions here. If you can get in the books at 4.5, you love it even more. All over that. Don't really want to touch these two guys. I'm going to stick to some plays I just prefer, and those are the ones right there. Field goals made. No, thank you. I'm going to stay away from that one. Kicking points. I would lean the over on Justin Tucker just with, maybe they stall a little bit in the red zone, and we know he has no problem just, Hall of Fame kicker. No problem taking him. The only thing I would lean is if maybe they stall in the red zone a little bit and he just doesn't quite get there is the only reason I would lick that. Kicking points, he's put up this number in 8, 13, 8, 11, and 9 in his last 5 games. So I would lean taking more than that, even at 7.5 being a big number. I still think he could get there for you. The field goals 2, 4, 2, 3, and 2 of those 5 games. So if it stalls a little bit, I do like him. Fantasy score, again, kind of stay away from this one. I would lean taking Alvin Kamara over this 19.5 mark. Like I said, he had that massive 3 touchdown game last week, but I prefer his other way more than his fantasy score. So kind of just going to stay away from that. Justin Tucker, again, the 9.5. I'm fine if that one or kicking points, either one you want to go. Just kind of lean that they're going to stall a little bit. So looking at that. If you wanted to take the 105.5, again, I still prefer these other two, so I'm not really going to look anything there. Pass touchdowns, Andy Dalton 1.5. Kind of lean on the under on that one. I think that Baltimore defense, is going to make a few mistakes, maybe not get there. We see a little bit more Kamara, maybe getting something on the ground, or Tyson Hill get one on the ground. So kind of just going to stay away from that one. But that's where I kind of lean. And there's really not a whole lot else that I like that is out there, to be honest with you. Pass completions, no thanks. Attempts, I don't really want to go there with Jackson. I don't mind if you want to take more than this one, Kamara, but again, I still prefer these other two over him. Rush attempts, no thank you. I did like this one a little bit, Lamar Jackson over 9.5. I can speak to this one a little bit. I was researching him and just looking, like you said, he might pull the ball down and tuck a little bit more without a safety blanket out there. And it's not like he's not rushing the ball. We all know they do design runs for him. And so if we look at his rush attempts over the last handful of games, the last 3, only 9, 10, and 7, but before that, 12, 11, and 11. So I would lean over on that one, but again, that line is probably where it should be. So I don't think there's a ton of value on that one. So I'm kind of going to stick away. Tackles and assists, usually I can find a few that I do like here. There wasn't a whole lot that was standing out for me in this one. The one that I was leaning a little bit on was Geno Stone at over 4.5 tackles and assists. He does has 6, 8, and 6 in the last 3 games. And his snaps have went way up over the last. He played, 4 games ago, only played 56% of snaps and 75, and then 100 the last 2. So I would lean over the 4.5 tackles assist here, but I don't know if it's a play that I really, really enjoy. So kind of just going to stay away from these. So that's what I'm looking at. I think the spots I like a bunch, and since we have NBA and there's a lot of stuff with that, I'm going to focus on that. These are the ones I'm looking at. And again, if you want to check out our Prizepicks Plus EV tool, we have added college basketball. As you can see, all the sports are up here. We got basketball, NFL, college football, college basketball. Now we've added up here in the tab, and we got hockey. So again, if you want access to all those, again, price for the price of lunch, you can get access to those tools with that and Underdog, as well as the models for straight spread points, for the books, and then all the plays that are in there that I'm going to drop. So yeah, big NBA games tonight, or big NBA slate, because there's no NBA tomorrow. We got every NBA team playing today. So we got that, and then Monday Night Football. So a lot of sports out there tonight. And again, if you like this video, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and let's get after it and enjoy our Monday. See you guys on the flip side. Deuces.